What is a variable?
A variable is a name that represents some value.
Okay. So, you're called Emily, right?
Yes.
Yes. Computers are dumb and stupid. They don't exactly remember stuff unless it has been saved somewhere. So we can save, though temporarily, Emily's name in a variable called name. So a variable is just a way we would identify a piece of memory in a program or in memory when it's loaded. So for example, we can now print name, which has been pre-stored somewhere else. We can also get Emily's age, say 34, and we can have actually print it out. We can also do a bunch of things with uh, the names. So this is a bit slightly advanced, but let's take a look at it. This is what we call string formatting, and we are reusing the name and age from before. So our name and print and age variables can be used in expressions. For instance, we can make Emily's name repeat 3 times. Wow, what's happening? We can add her name. We can add the name and age between spaces. So you have to force that to become a string.
Why did you have to force it to become a string?
Well, you can't add two different data types. For instance, you can't add a number to a string. You can add numbers to numbers, you can add strings to strings. However, if you want to make one of them addable to the other, you have to force it to become the other data type. This is what we call type coercion. So I can write it down for you. Type coercion. Okay. Awesome. So please, there are certain rules that you can follow when naming variables. For instance, keywords in Python are reserved words. There's a huge list.
For example,
Class, def, if, else. Please look at the show notes below. We have put a link up where you can get access to these reserved keywords. There are slightly over 20 keywords that you can use. For instance, the keyword class can't be used, say, to hold some crazy input or a name or something. You'll get an error. However, that very same, a different name could actually continue holding it without an error. Okay. Variable names can't start with numbers, so something like is wrong. It's a syntax error. Now, what does syntax error mean?
Valid syntax.
Yes, partly true. Although syntax refers to a set of grammatical rules. For example, English. When we're speaking English, we can't say things like boy is good, or we could say something proper like the boy is good, or good is boy. Let's write that down for you here. Good is boy is perfectly correct Pythonic English because it's inside quotes. But we as English speakers think that's wrong because it's better to say boy is good or the boy is good. This would be correct. So the same happens with programming languages. There are a set of rules that we have to follow, and if we don't follow them, our program will always complain with a syntax error. And yeah, Python is like this whiny baby that will always complain if something is wrong.